Hello, I'm Danielle Sommerfeldt, Branch Manager at First Alliance Credit Union. First, congratulations. Earning the title of mom is an honor of a lifetime. I can't wait to share some tips and advice to help you prepare financially for adding your new little person into your budget. First, I would like to talk about the First Alliance Credit Union. First Alliance Credit Union is a full-service financial institution offering a wide range of products and services such as checking accounts and loans, helping you conveniently manage your money and meet your financial goals. What makes us a little different from a traditional bank, however, is that we are a credit union. That means we are a not-for-profit financial cooperative owned by our account holders, not stockholders. So when we make a profit, we return it back to you through lower interest rates on loans, higher interest rates on deposits, and lower fees than a traditional bank can offer. Another thing that sets us apart, and the reason I'm here today, is our focus on financial literacy. At First Alliance Credit Union, it is part of our mission to ensure that our members have the knowledge they need to make smart financial decisions at every stage in life, like the one you're in now, becoming a mom. Now I know firsthand that becoming a parent can simultaneously be the most exciting and stressful time in your life, which is why I'm here today to share 5 important tips to help you financially prepare for all the costs that will come with adding a new little person into your family. Tip number 1, pay off debt now. Focusing on paying off debts such as high interest rate credit cards will help alleviate the number of bills you're paying once the baby arrives. You'll soon have expenses such as daycare and medical bills to be concerned about. Not having additional debt payments will make that seamless for your financial budget and won't make it feel so tight once the baby arrives. If you do have debt from multiple creditors, it would be a good idea to consolidate that debt. While it won't alleviate the payment completely, it will decrease the number of monthly payments you're making all at one time, which will help reduce the total that you have to pay out overall throughout the month, thus simplifying your finances and providing you a little extra breathing room for your budget each month. It is also important to note you should avoid using your credit cards to purchase the items you need for the baby. Adding unnecessary items to your current debt load is not a good idea right now. While buying all the new items for your baby is fun, you don't need to buy the latest and greatest version of everything. Be considerate of cost and only buy what you can afford from each of your paychecks, and your wallet will thank you. Which leads me to my next tip. Tip number 2, identifying the must-haves versus the nice-to-haves. There is no doubt that there is a long list of items you'll need to help you care for your baby. It will be important that you decide ahead of time what items are a true need and which items are a want. Needs would be items such as car seats, diapers, and feeding supplies. And wants are items such as swings, changing tables, and toys. This doesn't mean you can't purchase some of the items on the nice-to-have list. It just means those are the items you will plan to purchase only after the must-haves are taken care of and you have the money to buy them. If you're working on a tight budget already, consider buying some of those items secondhand, such as the clothes or the nursery furniture, to help cut costs where you can. Additionally, think about when you might actually need the items. Sometimes in the excitement, you can get caught up in getting all the items you need and want before the baby's even born. But there are many items that can wait to be purchased until after the baby is born, or maybe a little bit older, such as a high chair, baby gates, and most toys. Tip number 3, know your medical coverage. It's going to be very helpful for you to have the basic understanding of your medical coverage before the baby is born. This means knowing what your out-of-pocket cost is, such as deductibles and copays, for both your regular doctor visit and the birth itself. The best way to determine this is to speak primarily to your insurance company. Ask questions such as, are prenatal care, labor, and delivery covered benefits under my policy? Will I need pre-authorization for my prenatal care? What common prenatal, labor, and delivery needs are not covered by my policy? Which hospitals in my area are in my insurance policy network? If you're interested in non-traditional deliveries like a home birth with a midwife, ask about coverage for those types of expenses as well. Also, depending on your medical provider's billing practice and your due date, you can get caught with paying 2 deductibles in your prenatal care if your prenatal care happens in 1 year and your baby is delivered in the next. Some medical providers package their charges to insurance companies in what is called global billing, which can include a prenatal and delivery charge. Ask your OB/GYN whether he or she plans to use global billing, so you will know where you stand ahead of time, especially if your pregnancy and your birth will span 2 different years of coverage. Understanding your medical coverage will allow you and your partner to come up with a plan for being able to afford those large expenses before you receive the bill, which will relieve a lot of stress. This is also a great opportunity to find out how much your insurance will increase for you to add your new baby on your health plan and what steps you'll need to take to have your child added to your policy. Tip number 4, know your family leave plan. Knowing how much paid and unpaid time you and your partner will have during maternity leave is going to strongly influence your finances in the first few weeks after the baby is born. If you don't already know what your employer's family leave policy is, talk to your human resource department to find out. While FMLA laws provide you up to 12 weeks off for maternity leave, most employers do not offer paid time off for your wage during this time. Generally, depending on your company policy, you will need to use PTO that you have accumulated to cover your income. However, if you do have short-term disability coverage policy, these typically will cover a portion of your income while you're off for maternity leave. If you're not fortunate enough to have PTO or disability coverage to rely on, you'll likely need to start saving your money to help cover for the loss of income during your leave. Which brings me to my final tip. Tip number 5, start saving money yesterday. The more money you and your partner can put into a savings account now, the less stressed you'll feel about the coming changes with your newborn baby. There's no specific number for how much you should save. It's different for everyone. A good place to start is determine how much money you'll need in order to cover your bills during maternity leave. One great way to build up that savings is to take the expense from daycare and put it into your account. This will help you not only prepare your budget for baby, but will also build up your savings account quickly. If you're not planning to return to work after your baby is born, having a healthy savings account will help during the transition into a single income household. As you can see, there is a lot of things to consider when preparing your budget for the costs that come with parenthood. At First Alliance Credit Union, we can help you create the financial plan you need to help make this life transition more enjoyable. You can visit our website, firstalliancecu.com, to get started working with us today.